Hey, thank you for coming out tonight. My name is John Knudsen, and this is the Byron High School Concert Band. That piece you heard is entitled Amanto Dorado, and it is a concert march, a Paso Doble, which is a Spanish-style march written by Jorge Vargas, who is a Mexican-American composer. So the music you're hearing this evening is all music that we will be playing. I should say we would have been playing tomorrow at our contest in Stewartville, but we will now be playing at our contest at Byron on Thursday. So what's happened with that, in case you want to know, or we're in charge of your kids, is that tomorrow is a snow day, and so instead we will be hosting on Thursday instead. So that's what's happening, in case you want to know. So the next piece we're performing this evening is entitled Groovy. And this is by Richard Saucedo. It kind of has, I don't know, it's got a little bit of a 60s vibe going on to me. It's kind of a minor kind of groove going on. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. This is Groovy. Thank you guys. I'll be honest, this is one of my favorite concerts of the entire year because I just like getting really good at stuff, and then I really like getting to play the same music twice. Like, that's just is one of my favorite weeks of the entire year. Because we put in a lot of work to get to the level we're at. It's a fun time of the year for me. We're going along pretty fast this evening, but that's probably not all bad considering the weather forecast. Yeah, so I think I got one more with this group, and that would be, if I can find it, Behemoth. I think the problem is Behemoth is like, the program notes are, it is supposed to be about like a big monster or something if you're watching a movie or a video game. I don't know, this doesn't seem super compelling program notes, but the piece I think is very cool. It's by a composer, Adrian Sims, who I think is really progressing. There's certain composers who write some stuff and they hit, get some home runs once in a while and then don't write a lot of stuff. Adrian Sims, I think, is really making a name for himself. He's still considered, he's relatively young, he was born in 2000, so he's 25 years old at this point, so he's still very young to the game, but he really is writing a lot of quality music, and I think this is one of those pieces. A lot of cool percussion writing, actually. The last piece, and then also this one. So this is Behemoth by Adrian Sims. After this, there will be a short transition. We need to take a couple rows away percussion. You're going to help me with that because you don't have to worry about instruments that you're going to hurt. And then move up percussion a couple rows. So if you can help out, particularly the older kids, that would be great. And then you all in the back probably know how to get on stage better than I can instruct you to. So I'm just going to let you do your thing. All right, thank you. You can also. They're gonna. You know. You're good. They're going that way. You're going that way. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm doing the absolute best I can. All right. Yep, we're good. Let's check this. we're the Byron Symphonic Band. This is comprised of mid 11th to 12th graders, and percussion is 9 through 12 in our program, so that's our person separately. That piece is a march. If you would have gone to band concerts, well, not to get too involved with the history of bands, but bands can be played outside, essentially. Orchestras, those instruments, if they get rained on, largely speaking, a cello is kind of in trouble. But because we're loud, because bands are loud and we can be outside, we've been connected with military and with just outdoor pageantry, essentially, since our beginning of time, since bands have been bands. So marches really served a function of just being in parades, moving down the street or whatever. Going back 60 years or something, every concert just would have started with a march and ended with a march. That was just what you did because it's that integral to our history, essentially. That march is by composer Carl King. I would say he doesn't deserve the name, I suppose, of second most famous march composer, but he is. John Philip Sousa really is the march king. Interesting enough, Carl King is really probably the second most known composer of marches. Kind of a local guy, I guess we can claim him. Fort Dodge, Iowa is where he spent most of his career as just the band leader in that community. He's instrumental in a lot of things. In the state of Iowa, there's something called the band law, the Iowa band law that allows municipalities to levy a tax to support a community band. He was instrumental in passing that, getting it passed in the state. So Aces of the Air, I looked online for some information about what that march would be. I couldn't find anything. Like lots of times marches are written for a memorial or something. There's a Fauché Tower March that Sousa wrote, I'm assuming, for the memorial of the Fauché Tower. No, I'm making stuff up. It's probably right. Check me later. I don't. Aces of the Air is 1942, so I can only imagine it was either some sort of tribute to, planes when they fight an Air Force unit, or perhaps because he was so well known as a composer for marches in circuses, in circus music, it could have been like a trapeze act. The answer is out there somewhere, I just didn't find it. So again, if you can find it, let me know. But that was Ace of the Air, and that arrangement was by James Swearingen. Another name if you're into music at all. Just done a lot of stuff. Was big in the 80s, early 90s. Back in those days, every concert would have had a James Swearingen piece on it. Okay, so the next piece of music we're performing this evening is a totally different style. This is what I would consider, it is considered wind ensemble music. As earlier on, marches, bands played music for use, basically. We were useful for playing outside. When we played stuff indoors, it was mostly orchestral transcriptions. There's a bunch of very good but very hard orchestral transcriptions of overture to whatever, or finale from symphony number whatever. And at that point, the clarinets become the violins and the cellos become the whatever. So there are a lot of, again, very good, very bad, very hard arrangements. But they're just like, we're going to play at the orchestra stuff and kind of try to do what they're doing. It was kind of in the 20th century, really, that wind bands, wind ensembles really came into themselves as a form of high art, I guess you could say. And this piece by Frank Ticheli is definitely in that vein. It's Cajun folk songs. This is, it's actually a two-movement work, of which we're just playing the first movement. It's a setting of a folk song from the Cajuns, from the French-speaking, the French-descendant population of Louisiana and parts of East Texas. And this piece is entitled I should actually read it and make sure I'm not lying to you, because I lied for them for a while. Made it way darker than it was. It's still pretty dark. But basically this piece, if you would choose to prescribe the meaning that is given to you, but you don't have to because there's no words here, but this piece is about, basically there's a captain in an army who wants to marry this young woman, the Belle, so the captain and this beautiful young girl, and she doesn't want to get married, so she fakes her death. And then this piece is basically setting that, a musical setting of that emotion, of like, she's dead and it's sad, but she just fakes her own death so she doesn't have to marry this captain, which is sad. But anyways, this is Cajun Folk Songs, Movement 1. Hope you enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
That featured Evan Lujan on alto saxophone. Really nice job on that. So this is probably one of the fastest high school concerts. No jazz band in this concert. There will be on our next concert on May 5th. No percussion ensemble in this concert. Again, May 5th, you'll have percussion ensemble. And then this Thursday evening, after contest, there'll be a choir concert. In years past, we've combined together. The support for music in this community is strong enough where we just don't fit in this beautiful new space even then. So we just have to, and the choir is massive, so we just have to split. And it's actually working out well because it just, logistically, it's easier to move stuff around the stage if you don't have to change everything. So, kind of fast. This final piece is a Celtic celebration. This is by Brian Belmages. Again, if you know anything about band music, Belmages is basically, essentially the kingmaker, I want to say, in today's whatever world of composers and stuff. He's integrally involved with FGH publications, FJH, whatever it is, and just really well known. So thank you guys for coming out this evening. I think it probably isn't snowing yet. We're probably good for a few more hours. Thanks for supporting Music in Byron. Yeah. great evening. All right, now we can leave our stuff here because, like, hey, we're not at school tomorrow. The next time we play here, we need to be in morning anyway. So nice job. You're great. That's awesome. No, put your instruments in the room. You can leave your stands and chairs. I mean, you can do your instrument. Oh wait, we're gonna leave orderly. Ah, whatever. Too late now.
Hi, Gretchen. Hi, Mara.